a few things immediately coming to my mind include, generally speaking, I do think more women are probably the chaos part of a relationship.
Hmm.
Obviously, sometimes that can be the guy, but usually the guy is more the order and the lady is more the chaos. And that actually can be a benefit to him. And even in the sense of if she's having a super hard time with a thing, it it may be helpful in terms of actually him paying attention to something that's wrong. So doesn't mean that she is, or obviously that he is either. Doesn't mean that she's obviously handling the wrong thing the right way, but bringing to his attention a thing that does actually need to be dealt with is valuable for
Hmm.
him in terms of it's all his stuff. So whether it's her specifically, or it's a thing with a kid, or a thing with the house, or what, or another kind of relationship, maybe that's with somebody else. Uh, Sort of like, leprosy. Wife is not being the leper in this illustration, just to be clear. Leprosy, where parts of a body would get rubbed off, is because the nervous system doesn't work. And so a person who had leprosy couldn't feel the tips of their body or their skin.
Hmm.
So they'd be trying to grab something and using way too much pressure to put their fingers, down onto the table to try to grab the screw or whatever it is. And so over time, they just rub off the external parts, or even rub off parts of their arms or shoulders running into walls or doorways or things like that because they couldn't feel it. The
Hmm.
pain or the pressure that our nerve endings let us feel,
Hmm.
let us know where we're at.
Hmm.
And actually, if it's a certain kind of pain, well, stop doing that.
Hmm. Right.
Quit putting your hand on the fire.
Hmm.
That's not good for you. And guys aren't always as good at picking up those signals as our
Hmm.
ladies are.
Right.
And those, a good wife, even if she's having a hard time figuring out what to do with it, may be identifying that there's a fire
Hmm.
and the guy needs to pay attention to that. So help
Hmm.
her work through how to handle it, put the fire out, but be thankful. So there's a way to be thankful even in a bunch of the situations where, okay, this is good. I mean, I think it requires some discipline to reframe some of the chaos that gets brought.
Hmm.
If you're a person who's just trying to be quiet and get through the day and have it all be nice and ordered, well, then forget living with other people.
Hmm.
And also then forget fellowship. If you don't have anybody to interact with,
Hmm.
sure, it's a lot easier. But again, reframing that some of the chaos is probably even valuable, that some of the identification of things that are on fire
Hmm.
is good for sake of making progress.
Right.